welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about the best character of the year. Whatever. I know some people didn't play a lot of like narrative or like writing heavy games, but I think this year was bitchin' for characters. I
There's some good
am
ones in here.
I'm gonna deviate from what I normally do though. I feel like when we do these lists, it's almost like what are some of the characters you'd like to hang out with? What are like some of the guys you really liked?
What's your dream blunt rotation?
I'm Oh my
Mine is
God.
not that.
Thinking about my three as a blunt rotation is amazing.
Who do you
I
want?
think mine would be
I did
okay.
one pixel art, I did one realistic and one stylized.
One of
I
pixel art then when it's in this kind.
I picked a villain as one of my best characters.
I picked two villains.
Because I fucking hate this guy. But the exact moment he got solidified into being on this list. Oh, okay, that's something. Yeah, you think you're real fucking funny there, bud.
Pretty funny.
The exact moment that he solidified himself on this list is when he says Emmerich Voss. Two M's, two S's.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
SS. And I was just like, oh man, fuck this piece of shit. Remarkably well-written fucking Nazi scientist guy. Fuck this guy up and down the whole game. What a just real piece of shit, but also like an intellectual like equal to Indy. Not in the sense that like Indy's a genius and he's a genius. It's that they're both really smart, but they're both kind of idiots.
And they both love archaeology.
Yeah.
There's that moment where Indy has followed him in Giza, and they get to the part where they're like talking about the tattoo on the guy's body, and they're like, "Is that Ademic?" And they're both just like they nerd out about archaeology, and it's like he's super evil and terrible and manipulative, but like him, they like cross over because they both love archaeology.
Yeah, it's really good play between the two of them. Like it's a such a well done villain for like as a foil to Indy. I really really enjoyed like, and I know that there's like that other like suck ass Nazi dude who like is on the frozen boat and stuff.
Oh yeah,
but
the one that goes like
Can't.
choo 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 choo.
like he sucks too. But like
I almost put him on my list.
Boss is just a fucking.
There's a part in that.
I love him.
There's a part in that same scene I just mentioned in Giza where a fight breaks out, and Voss like jumps off the table like a
he's
cat.
like,
He's like,
It's because he's trained in karate. Oh,
The
fuck that
line
guy.
you started this with, Dash, is also, I think, a really good callback to just like a newspaper article you can find in the Vatican where like it's talking about Voss, but it misspelled his name, and Indy even notes that. It's like, oh, they spelled his name wrong. I bet that really bugged him.
mhm.
Because
Two M's, two
they only
S's.
did like one S in his last name.
It's so great. Ryan, what's your number 3?
So I'm a big Portal guy, as you know. I
Still, anytime I need to tell someone something insane, I tell them your favorite game.
So I mean, I like the companion cube. I like that idea. In the Monument Valley series, they have these guys, they're called totems. And in the first game, it's just kind of a stack that you slide around on. In this game, you transform one of the totems into a Wind Waker-esque boat, and you cruise around on it. So my number 3 is Totem Boat Guy.
Totem boat guy.
All right.
Love Totem Boat Guy.
Does he talk?
What if a companion cube was a boat?
Oh no, so it's just a boat.
He looks around. He's sentient. He just doesn't say anything.
Okay.
He's about a few words.
No mouth, but he must
Yeah.
scream.
He has no tote, but he must.
Well, we here in this household we stand totem boat guy. Lily, give me
Yeah.
a number 3.
My number 3 totem boat guy is the Clickold.
Yeah,
He's
he
just a
just wants
guy.
to watch.
He's just a guy that
got good
is either
hands.
wearing a gorilla mask or is part ape. It's hard to say.
You sure he's not Robbie
But
Williams in the hit
no.
movie? What's that hit movie?
Good pull.
Hit monkey.
Anyways,
Marcy's
he's
moms.
just a guy. He just wants to watch.
Just wants to
and
watch.
He's got some really wacky things that he says to you. And it's just, it's cool to get to hang out with him for 20 or 30 minutes while you
Yeah.
click his clicker slower and faster in different locations.
It's I love the Clickle.
And then it really escalates.
Jason's trying to become the fucking number 3 best characters. So Jason,
It's
what
working.
Jason, walk
what-
back towards the mirror.
yeah, what do you want as your number 3?
So my number 3 for best character is it's the one thing on all of my list that I'm 100% confident no one else put. So my number 3 is the University of Kansas starting running back Devin Neal in College Football 2025.
That's my number 2.
He's one of my favorite KU football players of all time, and this year sucked for characters in video games. But having a KU player be one of the best players in the college football game is not something I ever thought I'd be able to say. And it's enjoyable getting to play as KU and have them not suck a fat ball. So
They foot the ball instead.
He's my third favorite character from this year. Real life football player.
It's
Devin
just a
Neal.
guy.
I'm so happy.
He's just a guy.
Hunter, give me your number 3 person who's just a guy.
My number 3, just a guy, is
This year is a
Who
boat,
Dashes.
a dude, another just dude.
He's trying to sit on my shoulder.
Jason's
It's my
Who
conscience.
My number
Little
3
guy.
is
We are only on category 4. And there's like double the amount.
it's hard to keep going. My number 3 is Egon from Shadow of the Erd Tree. It turns out he's the one that really hated Bale the Dread.
Oh yeah.
He's the one his arms and limbs were all shattered. His heart is full of fear, but his soul still yearns for revenge.
Egon's cool.
He doesn't even acknowledge you when you first find him. He's just like, oh,
He wants that fucker dead.
And then just when you summon him, he just goes off about how he's one of the only people that puts respect on your fucking name. He's like, I'm Egon, and this is a Drake warrior. And he's like, oh yeah, there should be more Captain Ahabs in video games.
I completely agree.
Ahab of the year.
You should play Prince of Persia.
Don't know, never heard of that game before.
Danny,
Don't wanna talk
give me your
about
number
it.
3 Captain Ahab.
My number 3 Captain Ahab is someone who doesn't necessarily have a specific name, but they gave me one of my best moments for the year. So I've dubbed them the bad dog in Animal Well. It's as you are up in the top right quarter of the map, you encounter a number of ghost dogs and living dogs, all of which just want to snap your neck. You're a little animal and they want to eat you. They want to grab you and tear you to shreds.
I can relate.
And most of them, it's hard to jump over them, but you can kind of just jump over them, or you can go into the nearby tunnels and get away from them. So the first time I encountered this one particular dog, there's only one of the dogs that will do this. There's a bit of tunnels that you can escape from the dog down to the bottom left of the screen, and you go in there, and it's a little bit of a maze. You can there's a collectible at the end, so you go And then this dog follows you in, and he is moving in the most worm snake like way. It is absolutely horrifying. He fucking terrified me, and just ripped the shit out of me. Like uh honestly, one of the most terrifying moments I've had all year in video games was
I-
from this one terrible dog.
And then
That
Danny
game
made
was
me
deeply
play that part,
unsettling
and I
to
hated
me,
it too.
and like there were many, like I didn't play it that long, but there were lots of points where I just did not want to be in those rooms. Those animals look fucked up, and I don't like looking at them.
Those animals ain't well.
Also, this has now happened twice, so I think that it's just something's broken in my brain. I know what Animal Well is. I know what it looks like. I played it. Every single time you say the words Animal Well, I imagine those fuck ass cats fishing in the low poly web fishing, even though those are two very different games.
It's very
different
different.
games.
But yeah,
Holy.
Animal Well, deeply unsettling game.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I can only imagine it gets worse from what I played.
It's
Oh.
also weirdly cozy though.
Whoa.
I believe you.
It's our third
Yeah.
cat on screen.
I didn't know
Uh.
there was a cat explosion woman. Miss Explosion Man?
Yeah, it's Miss Explosion Man.
There's a cat
Yeah,
up here
dummy.
too.
I
Yeah.
counted that one. That was the
Okay.
first one I saw.
Ah.
The tail flicking has been delightful.
Moving on, wrapping back around to me, I'm going to go to my number 2, which is the only representation this game gets in my entire list, even though it is a game I liked quite a bit. So Tactical Breach Wizards is a game about like Spec Ops. It's like a conventional like Spec Ops, breach and clear SWAT team type thing, except it is a world of magic instead of conventional technology. So, everyone's like shooting spells and like doing that, but they still have like a tactical Spec Ops kind of like look, Kevlar armor, magical barriers, breaching potions, things like that. And one of the characters is your team's medic. Her name is Banks. And the way a tactical medic works in this universe is that if you would maybe want to try to take some guesses, but she is a necromancer. She's not a like white mage or anything like that. She's a necromancer. But one thing to know about a necromancer is they cast spells on the dead. So in order for Banks to do anything for you and your team, she carries a pistol with her. She shoots you in the fucking head, and then she reses you.
Nice.
Whenever she
That's-
needs to do a healing spell. Like she can't
That's
actually
great.
do any mending on you, but she can kill you and then just bring you back to life.
See,
And of all of the cool little translations of
Creative
like
solutions.
like the magic and Spec Ops stuff blending, I think that's my favorite singular detail. There's other cool stuff in there, like when you're doing your like, because it's a turn-based like strategy thing. One of your guys is a chronomancer, so he's like mapping out how all of this stuff is going to go, and he can see 2 seconds into the future.
yeah, he's
so-
a Navy SEER.
Yeah, he's a Navy SEER. It's really really cool, but I think Banks takes the Banks also like it's a very character driven thing. Everyone has their character arcs. Banks is pretty good, but specifically I just like Necromancer, who is your medic. With that, I'll pass to Ryan to get his number 2 favorite Necromancer.
We already kind of did the majority of the talking about it, but it's going to be Emmerich Voss. 2 M's, 2 S's.
2 M's, 2 S's like SS.
Yep. He's just such a little shit. And he's not specifically just a shit to people he's against. He's a shit to people who are on his side. Like I really like when you first see him in Giza and he's just being an asshole to the guy who is like kind of in charge, but he's like manipulating him just to mess up so he can eventually and later on kind of command him or something. But yeah, just having an evil Indiana Jones is a really interesting take on a villain.
And like, but not one who like they make job to Indy either. Like they really do like it's very much like a Sherlock Holmes Moriarty situation. Like it's
Yeah, they're very evenly matched.
yeah.
Like it's really not just like some dumbass Nazis versus super smart Indiana Jones. It's like they're both figuring it out at the same time, and you're kind of chasing Voss's
Like,
discoveries.
Yeah, if anything,
and
like
then figuring
Indy's
it out
behind.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lily,
good character.
what's a character you have that's constantly behind the Nazis?
Well, I mean, I guess you could say that. I put Yi, which is the main character in Nine Souls, or the player character, I guess you could say.
Oh,
Fuck,
yeah.
I should really play that game.
It's cute. I really enjoy it. It's tough. But I like the dialogue that you can have with the other little guys that are running around. Um, there's a kid that's supposed to like be your pupil, but not really, and the way that they interact, I think, is really good. And I like the way that he like parries attacks. It's a lot of fun. He's
It's
a good time.
it's like Super Hollow Knight, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
I don't think I've even heard of it.
It's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass, yeah.
True.
Hmm.
I have it downloaded.
I
Me
also
too.
have it downloaded. I should.
I also have it
Fun.
downloaded.
A lot of good games this year. Not
Yeah,
enough
it's
time.
crazy.
Yeah.
Jason, what is your number 2 game? Not enough time. 24.
Character.
Okay.
Is
Top
this
3.
another football player?
So I
Online.com.
don't really know. Yeah, it's just another football player. I don't really know that much about the character because Elden Ring has too much going on for my dumb brain. Past just like playing the game. But I'm gonna go with the saddest boy of the year, Mesmer the Impaler. His fight took a lot out of me, and I'll give it credit that it was one of the most enjoyable, extremely hard fights I've played in the game. Because I always felt like I could get it, and I'm just too stupid and bad at video games to quite get there. Like I got him right on like 1 or 2 hits away, probably 10 different times. So it was never one of those fights where I just feel like this is impossible for the sake of being impossible. I'm never gonna get it and just like stop trying. But it took way too many tries, even with help. But finally got him, and you get a sick ass weapon from it that I used for a lot of the game after that. Like it was a fun, super hard fight.
I like
And
that fight.
I've played a lot
Cool
of
fight.
really not fun, super hard fights in games.
A lot in
He's
Elden
like
Ring,
the
actually.
he's like the obligatory like Artorias like kind of a one-on-one like conventional battle, at least in the first phase. I do like that fight a lot. Connor, what's a thing that you fight character?
I mean that does kind
Boss.
of fit. I put a
2 S's.
Swansea from Mouthwashing. He's the fat
No, I
tech
know who
dude.
he fucking
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's because
I
I
didn't
don't
realize
either.
anyone else played mouthwashing.
yeah.
I have it installed. I
I
meant
put him
to.
specifically
like-
for 2 bits. One we might talk about later. Ooh. But there's one bit where they're where it's been a while after they've been trapped or whatever.
Been
and
a
he's just like-
while.
he's holding on to the fire axe, and you need it for some reason. He's just like dancing in front of a screen, like, "Oh, can't give you the axe, Jimbo. Sorry." And then he's just
Really
like,
quick, for those who have not played it, mouthwashing is a narrative like Walk and Talker, where the crux of it is you are on like a freighter ship, and like with several months remaining on your journey, you are all fired, or you all find out like, hey, this is kind of it. And the entire cargo that you're taking is you are just chocked full of mouthwash.
yeah,
Uh,
it's like thousands of gallons of mouthwash.
that does have a minute amount of alcohol in it.
Oh yeah.
So when things kind of become doomed on this derelict freighter, everyone begins dipping into the supply of mouthwash to drink. Like you start making cocktails with mouthwash. People, yeah, it's
There's a bit where Swansea is when they first try it, it's like ethanol, huh? And he drinks some, and he's like, "You hear that? That's the sound of 15 years of sobriety popping."
I will actually say, like, as much as I do criticize that game, Swansea's monologue, kind of in the later bit of the game is a profoundly good, like, again, say something good about a game you don't like. That monologue is really, really good. So if a character was going to get it, he's probably the one who should.
Yeah.
It's
Otherwise, like mouthwashing is only like 2 hours long.
It's short.
So I don't know if it's really worth the like $15 or something they're asking.
I
for.
think it's more worth the money than. No, I don't. Never mind. I think is here's a better
No,
time
13.
money proposition, but it's you could do worse. I guess. Danny, give me something that could do worse because it's not number one.
Well, speaking of, thank goodness you're here. I put down both the Pickle Sisters.
Fuck
Because-
you! No, you have to pick one. You have to pick one of them. You can't do both.
But
Carrie
I love their
or Flo?
dynamic. Flo.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
But really it was the two of them together made it like a priority every time I went through that part of town to go to Price Shaggers and hear them bickering and talking about the pranks they're pulling. Like it was just a good time with those two.
Yeah, when the doctor called about your psoriasis, he said this because you're a bitch.
That with mom. She says you're a bitch.
Yeah, no, they are delightful. I've been using that word way too much today.
I'll piggyback a bit. My number one character of the year is Carrie Louise Pickle. She completely deserves it. Again, these two just. I'm gonna say I feel like Flo is probably like 18 and Carrie's probably more like 23 or so. They are two sisters within this nothing to do English countryside. You only ever see Carrie working at Price Shaggers, and she's an absolutely horrendous employee. Makes you do most of the work. But again, when you're going through that part of town, they both Carrie and Flo, but again, Carrie's my preferred one. Always want to see what Carrie's up to. Always want to see like what she's gonna say to Flo. How mean is she gonna be, et cetera, et cetera. In a game chock full of amazing characters. Thank Good As You Hear is one of those games where if we didn't have that clause about not having repeat things from the same game, it would take the category and it wouldn't even be close.
Yeah.
It is so good. Ryan, what is your best character?
What's your number one pickle of the year?
Yeah, give me your pickle.
So this is also a villain, and I think for me, more villainous, maybe not more villainous, but I had more of a physical reaction to this character as a villain than Emmerich Voss. It's like Emmerich Voss, he was on screen. He's like, he's a bad guy, but he's fun to be around. This person had absolutely just rancid energy every time I saw them on the screen. And that's Hank Rogers from Tetris Forever.
Oh my God. I'm so glad we're finally getting into the Dash zone of like people Dash has weird, strong opinions about.
So I was playing through it, and after he's basically, I don't know, Dash, how would you describe him? He's like,
okay, so Hank
the guy
Rogers
who kind of like somehow got his name attached to every Tetris thing and kind of like snuck his way in. He's not a bad guy.
Business executive for why Tetris kind of happened, proliferated, etc. He is not a bad guy, has seemingly done nothing wrong, but has the most vile record weasel fucking dirtbag energy despite never actually doing anything wrong. But he has this unmistakable just negative energy around him.
Like part of it is he kind of has final say on this game because he's the person who can give permission to do Tetris stuff. And he had to have requested there being an entire video about them being headquartered in Hawaii and how cool that is. It's
and
like
he's not even the head of the company anymore. He gave it that position to his daughter.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a nepotism thing. And again, he's not like he never did anything wrong. But and Alexei, you know, they seem to be good friends. Like again, seems to be a completely decent person, but god damn, his energy is just horrendous.
Yeah, it was so
puka
bad
shell
that as I was
necklace.
playing through the game, I was texting Dash being like, this fucking guy. Like every time he's on screen, I just
Yeah, like they frame
it's
him
just
like somebody who's gonna have an Act 2 twist of like, yeah, and then he turned out to be a huge fucker. Like, oh yeah, it's like as it turns out, he was like a Vince McMahon-esque figure, and the turn never happens.
He left Japan because they found the bodies.
Yeah, but no, he just deeply hateable individual.
I love
Yeah.
the number of actual men in this year's
Yeah.
best character list.
Lily, is your number one an actual man?
It's not.
Damn.
My number one is Carrie Louise Pickle.
Yeah, that's yes.
I again, their whole dynamic with her and her sister is just incredible. But the way that she talks shit to you when you go into the store, like you go in, you fuck everything up, and you leave, and she goes, "Clocking out, huh?" I fucking love it. It's so good. Just everything about her and the way that you get to interact with her and see her interact with Flo is just real good. I love it.
Carrie Louise Pickle is a delight. Some might say the best character of the year. Jason, who would you say is the best character of the year?
My best character of the year is our boy Emmerich Voss. Um, Crazy thing made me feel like I was playing a Machine Games game because there was an angry Nazi in it. They sure like putting Nazis and stuff. They've got a style and they stick to it.
Hey,
they're the
yeah, but
best
you
at
can't
killing
kill
Nazis.
dogs graphically in this one.
But no, I
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
just kind of like wander away when you do something to them. They're like, "Oh, I guess we're done."
but yeah, I think he's just a good pure bad guy. Monologued a little bit too long, just because he loves to hear himself talk, and so do I. So I don't have a whole lot to add more than what we've already talked about. But yeah, he's just a good shitty bad guy Nazi. And
Big
I
year
do
for
really
Nazis
like
in this
I
program.
I do really like the back and
that.
forth between not
Shout
just
out
him
to
and Indy, but
Nazis.
No.
him and the big dumb Nazi that he
Oh yeah.
pushes
The
around.
choo
Gantz, I
choo,
think.
choo choo man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunter,
That line alone almost made me put him on my list
he
instead.
sucks so bad. Couldn't happen to a worse guy. Just his whatever. Hunter, what is your number one? What do you think's best?
Well, unfortunately, my best character does not know karate, but I put the Crypt Master from Crypt Master.
Cryptmaster sweep.
Yeah, because again, not only does he react to every single thing that you type, he's got like the dry humor and stuff, but there's just so many bits in there where he like makes a little comment, and there's a part where you play I Spy with him while waiting to try to get to like some place. He's like, I spy something that starts with a B. And then you just kind of have to like wander around and find it and be like, beach? And be like, yes, you're good. Okay.
Jelly, what are you doing with Jason?
We're all actually
Yeah,
at the same place.
Cryptmaster is a really good one. Like he would maybe be my number 4. He's at least on my noms list, but yeah, Cryptmaster is an absolute delight.
There's a bit where if you ignore the tooltips at the start to actually like get your first attack and then try to get into a fight, he'll be like, okay, I'm gonna stop you and I'm gonna break the fourth wall a little bit. I tried to tell you with 2 separate tooltips how to learn to fight, but you didn't. So I'm going to say you quit the game, you go to the support page, you select I want a refund with the reason this game is too hard. And then as long as it's been within 2 hours, it'll automatically happen for you.
Cryptmaster is a very good character. Danny, bring it on home. Whom is the best character?
Which football character did you like?
What football character turned into a boat?
My favorite football character turned into a boat of the year was Billy from Zenless Zone Zero.
God damn it.
Talk about a guy that you would want in a blunt rotation. This Looney Tunes cyborg man is
Looks
just
like a Blaze Blue character.
yeah. he's he's just so much fun to be around. He's so like just vibrant and full of energy, and he's an otaku. He fucking loves his superhero movies. Early on in the game, he starts asking you to like go hang out at the arcade with him, and you play like battle snakes with him. It's he's like just a really fun guy to be around. Uh and yeah, no, like again, that game, like, better writing than it should have. All of the characters are unique and interesting. I haven't gotten tired of any of them, which is kind of amazing for a gotcha anime game. But yeah, Billy is the best of them.
Well, I look forward to totaling up all of the Zenless Zone Zero nominations and wins at the end of this.
Zenless Zone
Congratulations.
Zero is gonna win because it's first in every category.
No, maybe though.
No, it's been
No, it's
second.
probably gonna be Indie, but
Yeah.
congratulations
I'm
to
also
Zenless Zone Zero, a game I did not think was gonna show up at all today.
uh
What's the
Alrighty.
gameplay in Zenless Zone Zero?
You
Hack
open
and
loot
slash.
boxes.
I know, but like Genshin is Breath of the Wild. The other ones are
so
other things.
you get it's a team of 3 hack and slash. You rotate between the 3 characters that you bring into each mission. And so they have basically, as you build up your special moves, you will increase decibels up to 3,000, and when you reach 3,000, you can unleash your ultimate move. But also, you have a quick switch to either of your other 2 characters. Each character has a different type of role. You can have support characters, defensive characters, offensive characters, um, and each one of them has a different style of hack and slash. Um, and so you get to build your team of 3 basically however you want. And one of the main like parry mechanics is doing a quick swap into a different character where they will unleash a special move as the parry. And then you're playing as that new character, so you're swiftly flowing between your team uh, as you go through your missions. It's
Weird.
a yeah, it's a
I'll install it, but I want to be Burnus.
Gotta roll that gotcha.
Gotta roll the gotcha.
how to roll the
Okay. Well, we are going to now roll our gotchas and attempt to get a good roll in a weapon or tool. Well, the 5-star weapon or tool. So while we are off rolling, we will end the video and you can watch the guns the next time.
The next one.
The
Pew
guns.
pew.
Pew pew.
That's me.